What up? Hi, Rodney. Yeah, I got to thinking. Was getting my hair cut. Yeah, I love. He does a good job. Shout out to Tony. Man, that guy talk about grind. This guy works 7 days a week. He opens and he closes. It's his business. You know, you want to talk about a work ethic. Always remembers me, and I just started going back there. There's kind of a story behind this guy. So there was a time that I wouldn't go to get my hair cut because I'd go, I'd use and stuff, and like the only days I can get my hair cut are on Sundays or Mondays, and it would be on a Monday. Usually on a Monday when the kids are at school, I'd fit time in there. Rarely would I would do it on a Sunday, but I would be too afraid to go to the store, to go get my hair cut. Every time I did, I don't know why, I just felt gross in there. I felt like wherever I went, they just were grossed out by me. And maybe that's just me, But I felt like that. It was the same as going into the store. I mean, I'd go to the fucking grocery store and I'd hear, he's on the fucking 7th, aisle. It's like, damn. And I didn't go in there looking, like I was off the street. So I'm sure it was my own paranoia. But, it was tough. It's tough. I remember one time I would just drive, I would drive that was one of my things. I would drive and try to avoid eye contact and all that stuff. I was too afraid to be at the house. And I remember one time I went across town to a Safeway. And I overheard this lady say, "I don't care how far you go, we know you're here." And she was probably talking to somebody else, but that fucked me up, man. It was bad. Living like that for a long time, actually. It was bad. But this dude, I needed a haircut. It had been almost a month at this point. And if I go 3 weeks, he told me 3 weeks the last time I cut my hair. So I waited 3 weeks, as you could tell in the last videos. And he was like, "Man, your hair grows out way fast." He was like, what he said to me when I sat down with him right now is, he was like, "Man, it's been a long time since you've been here." I said, 3 weeks. And he said, "Oh my God, your hair grows so fast." And and so it's every 2 weeks now. We both agreed to that today. But he's kind of my seer, right? That's what a barber does. A barber's a lot like a car salesman. You sit down and then they talk, and then they know a little bit about everything. He knows a little bit about my profession. And he's he's got kids and stuff. And so anyways, but I remember calling, and it was 8 o'clock, and he's like, I'll cut your hair. And I got there and I sat down. He looked at me, and I remember him looking at me and saying, "I'm going to take care of you." And then I just remember him saying, "No matter what's going on in your life, you come see me, I got you." And I almost wanted to cry. And this was a couple years ago, actually. You'd think that I'd keep going, but I'm going to just continue to go to him. I mean, I found a guy for a little bit that was cutting my hair. He was doing $13 haircuts, and I kind of wanted to support his cause, but the last time he did it, I had to fix it. And it's no knock on him, it's just different. But that was a knock on him, wasn't it? But with Tony, I just feel like cemetery. Anyways, I just feel like it's not that I owe it to him. It's just he could see my pain. Kind of like my cat Poppy. Not to compare this dude with a cat, but Poppy, man. I mean, Poppy has been close to me these last couple of weeks because Poppy knows. Give me hugs and shit. But This dude knows. But I'm going on about my guy who cuts my hair. I got to thinking, because he was asking me about relationships and stuff, and he was like, you need to get a girl. And I said, no, I just broke up with somebody, and I wasn't even referencing, well, I said I just got out of a relationship, and then I said, and I was in one that was long term. And he said, well, you need to find another one. And I'm not going to. You know, like, I see these dating apps and shit, and I think, like, right after I stopped talking to this person, I, like, downloaded a dating app. It was like I was just trying to, like, go from one into the next, and people had reached out, and I came, like, this close, man. Like, it was weird, too. Like, person wanted me to come over to the house and shit. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want the flesh. You know, like, how can I go to church and want that? Yeah, I realized that, like, I made this commitment a while ago, and I kind of, like, fell back, and, in a sense, you know, like, I said I would not be in a sexual relationship unless it was the person I was going to marry, you know? And then I found myself in a very intimate relationship, even though there was no physical touch. And now that I'm in the position I'm in right now, I don't want that. Like, when that happens, when the person happens, I want it to be like the connection I had not too long ago. And then that's going to be my person. Like, that's what I want. I want my person. That's what I want. You know, and I don't need to rush in to find it either. I still got all kinds of shit I'm taking care of. I'll wait. And, you know, like, I know I'll compare. But I'll wait. It just has to be like that. Somebody I can talk to for fucking hours. I know that's what I want. I want somebody that I can talk to where it's fucking 3 a.m. and I thought it was fucking 10:30. And I don't want to get off the phone. I want somebody that I can talk to about anything and everything. And I want somebody that I don't lie to. Like, I've now officially have had that. Like, I can say that even though it was short-lived, I was in a relationship where I did not lie to this person about anything. Nothing. And not even the simple, I'm okay. I'm fine. You know? And that's what I want. Moving forward. And I'll get that. Because that's what I want. And I'm not gonna, like, date a bunch, just find it either. I just think that, like, I believe so much in my higher power that I believe that when I am true to whatever I want, like quitting drugs, my higher power will provide. And it will provide in a timing that is exactly when it's supposed to be. Like, I believe that. I have faith in that. And, you know, after yesterday going into that room and being in that room and not feeling alone, I don't feel alone. I don't feel alone at all. I haven't felt alone. I've kind of felt alone. I kind of distanced myself, right? So, yeah, man, that's I'm good with that, you know. And I guess I put another little short video on here because, you know, it's a long drive back from the dude who cuts my hair, and I figured, why fucking not? So, it's my journal. I can fucking do a 3-minute video or a fucking 20-minute video if I want. That's the power of this. I get to do however long I want. And I got like 0 viewers. I got 1 viewer. Or maybe it's just a different person, you know, every time. But either way, there's somebody on there who wants to watch this, and I fucking appreciate that. So, thank you. I'd be okay with 0. But I'm cool with 1. And so I'm here. And then I'll head to the meeting. Oh, I gotta figure out dinner. I'm pretty blessed today. Pretty fucking blessed. I feel good. I look good. I'm in a good place. My recovery's better than ever. I took the kids out today and it was cool, man. I took the kids out. We went, well, first I made a dope ass fucking breakfast. I went and bought this special fucking cinnamon bread. And then I made a special batter for them. Made French toast, made bacon, made sausage. They didn't eat any of that shit. So, okay, of course, I just had an all-protein fucking breakfast. And then, like, they weren't even expecting it. I said, when you guys are done eating, we're going to the park. And they just were ecstatic. And I took them to the park by the lake, by where the boats dock off. The docks. And, the boats dock off. The docks. And then we went, there's this little fountain area in Olympia. If you've never been to Olympia, that's the spot to be at. There's all this food around there. I got myself a spring roll, which was really cool. It's like a street Thai place that makes them in like cones. And like I could taste the mint in the veggies. It was really fresh and it was super amazing. Shout out to them. And the peanut sauce was good. Peanut sauce. Anyways, but yeah, it was cool. And then these fountains come up, and they ran across. I told them no, and then I said go, and they ran, and they were screaming, laughing, and having a good time. And then I said let's go for a walk, and we walked over to across the Capitol. There's a lake or whatever the fuck that is. Yeah, it's a lake, I guess. And we came home and I laid down and Grayson and I fell asleep for a nap until I went to go do this. Good fucking day, man. I don't know how many Sundays I was just fucking all paranoid and sweaty and fucking stupid. And today I'm not. So yeah, bought a sweater. Check out my sweater. I wanted a tan colored sweater. Anyways, good day. Good day. Anyways, I'm babbling. I told myself if you start babbling, you're just fucking killing time. Don't do it. Bye.